Cheese nips. You asked for it.
Stick around to the end. We love talking to you guys. Enjoy this episode of Spectrum Men.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society.
I have worried about the size of my penis. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my God.
This is a good question. I like this one.
It's just a normal thing to be worried about, like when you're growing up. Like, you're like, am I normal? You know, like.
I hate this. I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this normal? Is this not? But like, eventually I was like, no, I'm fine.
I feel like this whole conversation is just like bringing to my awareness how impressionable and like how much of our lives and our masculinity is defined by when we're kids. When everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a big dick, you gotta have a big dick. And all you see is like, only time you see a dick is on porn and it's like 14 inches. Then it's like, well, mine doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Then of course you're gonna like start thinking about it versus.
1 second, sorry. For sound. Bring on too far.
I'm actually changing my answer.
Oh.
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense, because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that. As I got older, I perfected my craft. I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman since then.
I think for younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever, and that really over time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
A man should pay for the first date. 3, 2, 1, go.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to like take that leadership role? To be,
Tradition.
To be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like saying it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy, and my grandparents, my parents, I'm just going to stick with it because it works. It's not perfect, but it works. Be a man, plain and simple.
I don't know, I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like, if you want to pay for this, and maybe next time I'm like, I just got a check, so I'll pay for it.
Wasn't this the first meal, though? You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
Okay. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be, like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for me. If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
I support the Me Too movement. 3, 2, 1, go.
Be real, be real.
At first, when I saw it, and talking to my friends, and family, a lot of people in the South, they're like, these women should have spoke up a long time ago. And then I had to like step aside and really process it for myself and be like, you know what? She didn't feel comfortable. And she wasn't in a society, in a place where it was acceptable for her to say anything about it. So now that they have the platform and the ability, I'm like, that's amazing. Speak your truth.
What do you tell a child who is accused of rape by a woman, has his whole life destroyed, and then people just go,
There's always going to be people that take advantage of it, or it's not going to be perfect. We're figuring it out as we go, but I think it's done more good than it's done bad.
I think we get to acknowledge the bad, though. Like, I think,
Yeah,
like,
of course.
that's why I'm doing like this thing is like, for us to say like, oh, he did that to me, and all of a sudden now we've like vindicated, that guy is like vilified, like there is no chance of like him having a say in the conversation. And
Trial
we get to
by
have a
mob
conversation
is
every
not
time.
good. Like this mob mentality is bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that, but I don't think that's exclusive to the Me Too movement.
But we're using it right now to say, oh, that person is bad. Oh, fuck that person. There's no further conversations being happening. If it's a movement to say, yes, okay, this hierarchy we've created of men and women, which is a result of the way men are expected to act, that women are expected to act. Let's have those conversations and everything changes, and I'll be over there all fucking day.
Toxic masculinity is overblown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Overblown.
Wait,
Overblown. What is
can you use a different word?
that? Yeah.
Oh, that's the exact right word.
Yeah, I think I just somewhat agree that it's blown out of proportion because I think what happens with social media is a group of people coin a term and now we're all painted by it.
Like we are not in like a post, I don't know, like rape culture world, you know, like women are being catcalled every day. And so like men are still, I think, seen or experienced as like a predatory presence to women. So like that's why I just don't think it's like overblown. I think it's just, it's new.
If we were good men, there wouldn't be feminists, they wouldn't be attacking us, they wouldn't be hating us. You have a lot of guys who don't want to commit to marriage. You have a lot of guys who catcall. So yes, men have become toxic. And once again, I have to be consistent with all my beliefs and all my morals. I'm very traditional.
I see what you're saying, but the way you're framing it, like this word moral is kind of
We don't know what that is anymore though. That's
well,
the
it's like it
problem.
sounds like you're saying like it's men's job to be like the moral compass of society.
It is.
I think it's everyone's job.
It's everybody's, but men, if men want to coin themselves as the leaders, you have to hold up to the good and the bad.
That's part of the problem though. Like that's what I think toxic masculinity, or it's putting too much pressure on yourself. I mean, it's very obvious that we're grappling with like the history and the damage of like what a world completely run by men does to us. That's why I think we're talking about toxic masculinity.
I am comfortable showing my emotions. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's been like harped upon me for years that like showing my emotions were bad. And like me trying not to be gay, I'm like, no, like I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. Like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like the church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So like just understanding that at 25, now 26, like I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like. I can now be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife, but I wouldn't agree completely because I'm not like that with anyone else. I mean, I just failed a college class and I was crying about it to my wife, but no one else at school saw me cry, you know? I specifically texted my wife, make sure the kids are asleep by the time I come home, because I just knew I was gonna be like, as soon as I stepped through that threshold to my house, I was just gonna let go and I didn't want them to see that. But like the next day I sat down and I had that conversation with them, like, hey, I just wanna let you guys know, you know, your dad didn't pass this class, and they're like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, of course,
you
know.
just
like,
cry in front of your kids, man. I remember like seeing my dad cry for the first time when his mom died, and I remember like imprinting that in my mind as like, wow, you know, like my dad can be upset, and that was like an important thing to witness.
It's reality, emotion.
Yeah, it's real.
I was raised by two parents that I never ever saw cry. The effect that that had on me was by the time one of them passed away very suddenly, I didn't really seem to be affected at all. So I've actually had to do a lot of therapy on that. This thing about masculinity not being able to show your emotions is very bad. It puts us backwards in society, and we need to be thinking about how to tap into our emotions in a healthy way together.
Thank you for saying in your truth, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Great job, man.
You too. Nice hearing from you.
All right.
I gotta be honest, I'm actually the one who submitted the penis size question.
Oh, thank you, Ian, for your suggestion.
Sure.
Thank you to
Sure, my
everyone
pleasure.
else who also submitted more prompts for us.
Yeah, we love having this type of dialogue. I'm grateful because as a girl, I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. You guys are mysteries to me, honestly.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
Instagram, yes.
Instagram. We'll see you next time.
Peace.